Welcome to episode 339 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Good morning, good afternoon, and if I don't see you, good night.
It is a night show.
It is a night show.
And myself and producer Gerald
are in a thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm Troy.
Thunderstorm Troy.
They don't name thunderstorms, but they should.
They don't. You think so?
It seems less serious when they put a name to it.
No, I don't think thunderstorms need names.
Like, brace yourself, Rebecca will be here tonight.
Well, that sounds like something different, actually.
See, it's disarming. That's what I like about it. So your threat level comes down to mustard when you hear that.
How weird is it to say that to your significant other?
Well, did you hear that?
You better just be careful because Rebecca's coming tonight.
I dropped the iPad. There's no news. There's no nothing. There's no flow. I can't even do the show.
All right, we're done. This has been episode 339.
Yeah. I had some real, if you go back and listen to the beginning, there was a real fear when I said 3 that I didn't know the next two numbers.
You do that from time to time.
Mm-hmm. It happened this time.
You do that from time to time.
I'm going in. I'm going to get the iPad.
I catch it from times.
You got to run the show.
Now we're really fucked. Last show ever. Actually, it might end up happening if you guys lose power. It may be just me, listeners. So brace yourselves for Dan.
I'll just bring a generator in here and I'll hook it all up.
I'll be done by then. I'm not staying up that late.
I keep it in the house. Look at that storm right there. That's what's happening.
That is not what it looks like.
Have you day after tomorrow? What's that called?
That's not Day After Tomorrow. That's a movie, but that's not what the picture is.
Is that the one where the meteor hits?
No, Day After Tomorrow is where climate change occurs in 2 hours.
Event Horizon?
No, you're thinking of Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, that's what's happening.
Or possibly Armageddon.
Ooh, I'll never mix that up with anything. Animal Crackers, I know that one. I have a vast knowledge of blockbuster movies.
How so?
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them. You don't watch them, you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Some of them you watch.
When it comes to movies, I'm like a 7-year-old. Like, I see the commercials, I've heard of them, people talk about them, but I have no idea.
See, I'm like that with, I guess I'm a little bit of a hipster here, I guess, because that's how I am with a lot of mainstream stuff. Like, I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad, but I know I pay attention to what happens just through summaries. Same thing with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but see, I'm in a real disadvantage because I don't watch TV, I don't watch movies, and I really don't listen to music either.
Right. So you're socially retarded.
I'm pretty much off the grid.
Entertainmentally retarded.
I don't think you're supposed to say retarded at all.
Well.
If you put social or entertainment, I don't think the word in front is the problem.
Okay.
Challenged. I am entertainmentally challenged.
Can I say you're entertainmentally disabled?
No, that's hurtful. Don't say that.
Well, that's what it is. That's how is disabled hurtful?
Because this is a choice I've made.
There's literally a law written.
It's a decision.
That has that in it. Your decisions don't matter.
I've decided to go off the grid when it comes to the current goings on.
I mean,
I listened to
the law's been around for a long time.
I listened to a YouTube show where he critiques music that I've really never heard.
How was that?
I think he's entertaining. He plays a snippet of the song, so I get 10 seconds to see if I agree or not.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I stay pretty disconnected. It's why I read TMZ, because it's literally the only link I have to the actual world.
Okay.
It's just video games and TMZ, and that's it.
I pay attention to everything.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I know.
I'm like a newborn that drives and has a beard.
Yeah, you can read stuff, though. So that's important. Especially,
some newborns are pretty impressive, too, though.
Newborns can't read.
Not the ones you've been around.
No, newborns can't read.
Gerald's calling me a loser because I don't do what the cows do, you know?
Sheep.
The herd.
Sheep. Not cows.
Oh, yeah, the sheep. I don't do what the sheep do.
It's sheep. It's not cows.
See, it's confusing because when you say cows, people are like, you calling that person fat? Isn't it bad to be a cow? Because people just... First off, if you're a cow, you only exist for milk or for beef.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, nobody has there's not many people that have a pet cow.
Also, though, if you want to call someone overweight, you'll use a cow as the animal.
Right, but I don't think you're supposed to say that anymore.
You can't say you cow?
No, because I believe this is a trend you started.
But you can still be hung like a horse.
Yeah, that's okay.
Horse got the win when it comes to those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfair. It's not fair, really. No one's like, I'm hung like a cow or you're fat as a horse.
Right. You're absolutely right. They're not.
Are cows well off? Do you know?
How do you like rich? Like
No,
wealthy?
No, I mean dick size.
Oh, I have no idea.
The good Lord bless cows. Gerald, can we get a picture?
We need a picture of a cow of a cow Peter.
Now you type in penis so it's clinical.
Yes. Cow penis. I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
It does. I'll tell you right off the bat, it doesn't work like I thought.
Is that it?
Look at that. That doesn't seem okay.
Oh my good Lord.
Just the physics behind that doesn't seem like it'll work.
Looks like an alien.
Oh yeah, that's like a dog.
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm uncomfortable with that. Let's get that off the screen.
Red Rocket, Red Rocket.
That's a bad call there. This is this the show.
What did you do?
This is what we do.
That was horrible.
We talk about the anatomy of a bovine.
Look at that. Now that cow is jacked, or bull.
That's like Ryan Reynolds in Blade cow right there.
Right.
Golly.
Which is when Ryan Reynolds was like the most ripped, by the way.
Super shredded. If you weren't from here, like if you were from another planet and you walked up on that, you would be like, what is that?
Yeah.
I mean, you would feel that way about everything, but especially that cow.
That super jacked cow? Yeah. I'll roid it up.
No, it's natural.
Holy shit.
That's getting a little too thick. Some of them are kind of lumpy.
No, that's just a big solid fucking cow right there.
Yeah, it gives that sour milk because it's on that shit, you know? What about that dude in that picture right there?
He's helping.
Yeah, the guy that's assisting the breeding process.
Does that make it a threesome?
I don't know, but they look to be doing it. He didn't need his hands on his hips.
Does it work for like, do the typical like fetishes and such work with amongst other species?
I don't know.
Like,
I can't speak to that. You want to know if cows get freaky? I don't know.
Well, no, like that dude was assisting in the breeding process.
You're saying, does that excite the cows? I don't know.
No, I mean, would that be considered a threesome, or would that dude be considered the fluffer still, or do they give him a different name?
Well, every species has a fluffer.
Every species.
Every species. Yeah, that's a role that knows no bounds.
That's fair.
The fluffer.
I never considered.
This show's about video games.
You wouldn't think so,
or whatever else, you know. We're not even that set on it being about video games.
We're gonna talk about video games. Don't worry.
Sometimes we like cows and we talk about them.
We haven't talked to each other in a while, so these are the crazy thoughts that go through our heads over time.
And you should know that Thunderstorm Rebecca is closing in on myself and Gerald. So the end could be soon for us.
Like the end?
I mean, you hope not, but you never know, you know? You don't want to get too comfortable.
I mean, you're not saying that you're going to perish in a thunderstorm, are you?
I mean, you could.
So
check, you got Barnyard for the Wii pulled up. Look for Barn and then Wii U, because I can't remember the name of this one that I played.
You played a barn game for the Wii U?
Yeah, search for Barn Wii U.
That seems like something.
Let's see.
Barn?
It was good, too.
Wii U. Barn Bam?
No, that's not that right there. Funky Barn.
Funky Barn.
It was good. I enjoyed it. What is that? Fireworks?
That sounds like the neighbors are shooting off fireworks.
Unacceptable. July 13th. Unacceptable.
Interesting.
Also, we're recording a day early, everybody. Surprise.
I knew they were having a party, but I didn't know there was going to be fireworks. So we have that to look forward to.
That's what I'd say when I kicked the door in. I knew you were having a party, but I didn't know there'd be fireworks.
Actually,
you take both guns out and you put
I would assume they probably texted my wife and said, "Hey, just to let you know, we're having fireworks because the dog doesn't like them." And they usually let us know.
I just shoot a text back and say, "Hey, just to let you know, I'm calling the police." You know,
I'm not calling the police on my neighbors.
No big deal.
They're good. They let us know, so I'm assuming
that game's good. Funky Barn's good. Your neighbors are bad.
My neighbors are good.
I'm gonna keep with what I'm playing. I haven't played Funky Barn, but it's been a big week. I played some Rocket League. I played some VR. Did I tell you what happened in VR?
You did not, I don't believe.
I was playing Blood and Truth.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I don't think I said it on the show. If I did, then
didn't.
Just buckle up.
No, you told me Tuesday when we played.
I'm trying to take down a crime syndicate, and I'm about 40 minutes into a mission. It might only be 10 minutes, but VR time. It feels like 40.
Mm-hmm.
Power flickers. I'm like, it's a little inconvenient, but I'll let the power come back up. I'm going to finish this mission and just save it, and I'm going to be done with VR. Face gets a little hot during that game anyways. So I decided to just boot it back up, finish the mission. I boot it back up. It's at the very start of the mission.
Mm-hmm. You did tell me
So
that.
I went ahead and closed that application.
Have you gone back to it?
No. Mm-mm.
You just don't want to play that mission again? You think you'll get back to it?
I mean, yeah, it's not dead to me, but my face was too hot to go through it again that day.
Yeah, that night you were just like, fuck this.
So then I jumped in Everybody's Golf to calm the spirits,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked. It got me jazzed up. So then after Everybody's Golf VR, I decided to play something else.
Awesome.
It's not a mystery. I can't remember.
Seems right.
Yeah, really can't remember. It was good.
Spider-Man VR?
No, that's not going to be good.
That's what Gerald's got up there, the Far From Home VR.
Yeah, I didn't play that. I played, what did I play? Man, those were big fireworks. They're spending the money.
Yeah.
I got those after the 4th sale.
So this is our celebration podcast, apparently.
I wish I could remember what I played.
Oh, he said it's good.
It was good. I feel like it needs a proper shout out because it was good. It must have been, I don't remember getting up and switching disc.
Mm-hmm. So it must have been something that you had on there.
So it must have been installed in the system.
I guess you'll have to tell us next week.
Well, if I don't remember it now, the chances of me remembering next week are slim.
That's true. But maybe you'll play it again and it will trip your memory.
Oh, Beat Saber.
Imagine Dragons pack.
Yeah, I got the Imagine Dragons pack, and Beat Saber is super good. It is super fun. That track is really well done. Those tracks, I enjoyed that. I think maybe I talked about all this last week.
I think you did.
I don't know. Either I played that this week or I didn't. Then I still haven't played Mario Maker. Still holding off on that, apparently.
You haven't played it at all?
But I did pick up yesterday, I got Dragon Quest Builders 2, and I've been playing that.
How do you like it? Is it
so
exactly
far,
what
I'm
you want?
into it. Yeah, it's more Dragon Quest Builders, and I'm into it.
You do love you some Dragon Quest Builders.
It's set up for people who haven't played before. It kind of starts and tells you the 2 seconds of story that was in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And picks up from there, so.
Gotcha.
I got it for the PS4, because I played the first one on PS4. I thought long and hard about getting it for the Switch, but I needed to play Mario Maker over there. So that's kind of what I played. I played some VR, I'm sure of it. I played Dragon Quest Builders 2, and I played some more Rocket League. And I played some more Farm Together. And I played regular Everybody's Golf as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been all over the place. I've been playing everything. I'm still playing Wizarding World of Harry Potter, whatever that thing's called, for the mobile phone.
For the mobile.
I'm also still playing Golf Blitz, which is one of the greatest mobile games ever made.
Good to know.
Busy week.
I've had a slow week this week, because I always work still. Which is part of the reason we're recording tonight, this evening, in the midst of fireworks. I did get on with you guys and play some Rocket League. Got to talk to some people that I haven't talked to in a while, because we ended up having the whole gang in. Or maybe that was last week. I can't remember. All the days go together.
Now you sound like me.
I do. I did play some. I just got in real quick and did some of my Car Mechanic Simulator stuff. Just got in there and played around with some stuff. I only had a few minutes, so I just got in there. And since the tutorial is shit for that game, absolute shit, I just kind of figured some things out on my own to try to get so that when I do get in, I don't have to do that and fuck shit up, because it costs you money when you make mistakes. You know, order the wrong parts for the car, and then it costs you money. So I just messed around in there a little bit, and right before we started this podcast, I actually canceled my Xbox Live and my Game Pass because I haven't been on the thing in like 4 months, and I feel like I'm just wasting that money. So now I got to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with my Xbox, because I don't think it's necessary anymore.
Just no desire to play over there. Nothing.
No.
Nothing keeping you where you need to feel like you got to have an Xbox.
No. You know, the whole reason I got it was because I enjoyed the exclusives they had, but the last Forza was more Forza. Crackdown 3 was
not good.
Whatever it was repetitive and just a run around. Gears 5, I'm interested in, but not enough just not enough. So I don't know exactly.
Sea of Thieves was good.
Sea of Thieves was good, but I got way out of that, and I never had a desire to get back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Well, it looked like Gerald wants you to trade it in.
That's
got trade-in values.
That is
pulled
what
up.
it looks like.
They have that special going right now.
Is it still going? Yeah, but it's got to be towards something, doesn't it?
It goes through the 20th.
Yeah, but it's got to be towards something, doesn't it?
It's a whole store full of shit you'll use.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's no games really that I'm interested in buying. I'm not interested in buying physical games much anymore.
You can buy pop vinyls.
I don't want pop vinyls.
Funko Pops.
You're right, I could. I won't.
Because they're big on Funko Pop.
We may get into something a little later here in the show that I may do something with it. So, foreshadowing.
It's not even foreshadowing. It's literally the next thing we're going to talk about.
Is it foreshadowing if you just say it's foreshadowing?
If it's right now, is it foreshadowing?
If you say it before, it's foreshadowing. But is it foreshadowing if...
I hope that on recording, those fireworks sounds like you're just popping corks. It just sounds like you're just popping bubbly. Maybe that trade-in thing's not still going. I thought it said through the 20th, but that's not what that's $80.
I think if you have to
put it towards the pre-order,
I think so, or towards something.
That's how they get you.
Maybe.
Well, let's just jump into the news. Sure. Because there's fireworks going on. There's thunderstorms going on. This is going to be the most distracting episode you've ever heard.
It's all fun and games.
Nintendo announced the light switch.
No.
The Switch Lite. The lighter version of the Switch. The system we didn't know we needed.
The system we didn't know we needed.
They showed off the Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yes, they did.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Sure. So yeah, let's just run through it and we can discuss it a little bit. Okay,
so it's an entirely new Switch.
Pretty much.
New form factor, new, for the most part, new everything. So let's talk about how it's different. The screen size for the original Switch as we know it is 6.2 inches. And the Switch Lite is 5.5 inches.
It's a little smaller.
Resolution is 720 when undocked. 1080 when docked. On the current Switch, the Switch Lite will be 720 all the time because it can't be docked.
Yes, it is strictly a handheld.
Overall, the original is about 4 by 9.4. This one is 3.6 by 8.2.
Mm-hmm.
So a little different there. Weight-wise, not much of a difference.
Nope. pretty.
The big difference here is battery life range. So 2.2 or 2.5 to 6.5 for the original, 3 to 7 for the Switch Lite. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but I'll tell you that 2.5 is generous.
Well, I'll tell you, and also the word is, from what people have said, is that it actually leans a little more on the higher side of that.
Well, let me just tell you, the standard Switch leans a little on that lower side.
Yeah?
6 hours, maybe if you don't touch it.
If you just turn it on and leave it?
If you just leave the screen on for 6 hours, maybe. They both use the same processor, both have 32 gigs of memory. Now, here's where we get into the real differences. The Joy-Con are not non-detachable from the Switch Lite. They don't come off. They're made into the system itself. It does not dock to a TV, so you still have the same charging port, but it is no longer a video out.
Right.
It does not have HD rumble because it does not have detachable Joy-Cons, I would assume. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. It does not have a kickstand. It does not have infrared tracking. It does support Amiibo, however, so that's important. They both do that.
But no Labo.
But no Labo because of the VR, because of the HD rumble, and because of the infrared.
Yep.
So price for the standard is $300. Price for the Switch Lite will be $199. So $299 and $199. It's $100 cheaper.
$100 cheaper.
So what are your initial thoughts? First off, it comes in 3 funky colors.
That turquoise is
teal,
fucking sweet.
Gray, and yellow. Which one you like?
It's turquoise.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that yellow.
You like
Truth be told, I'm not a yellow man.
The yellow's different.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not usually into yellow either, but I like the turquoise the best. The gray is kind of blah. It's like Nintendo gray.
It's like, hey, I'm not a kid.
Right. But I like the turquoise. I do.
Can I get a picture of the Pokemon Switch Lite, Gerald? It looks good, too. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's got the different color buttons.
Yeah, I'm kind of into the buttons.
I don't want to wait till November, though.
Another major change for the Switch Lite, it does not have... it got a real D-pad.
Yes, it did.
So on the left side, because the Joy-Con are non-detachable, it got real buttons.
How cool is that, huh?
Yeah, they got real D-pad. That Pokemon one is just that gray one, I think, with colored buttons.
With colored buttons, yeah.
It looks good, though.
And that's coming out with Sword and Shield.
It's got some Pokemon silhouettes on the back.
Mm-hmm. If you're into the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of into that Switch. That light switch looks good.
This is the one you would go for.
Yeah, so here's the first bone I have to pick with it.
Sure.
It's the name is Switch, and this one doesn't switch.
Yep. I get that.
I get why you have to call it a Switch, because you need people to know what it does, but it doesn't do the actual thing that it's named for.
Right. To me, it actually looks very similar to a Vita to me.
Yeah, but I think that's deceiving. I think in a hand, I think that thing is bigger than it looks.
Yeah, I do too.
They got somebody with Burger King hands holding on to that thing. So it doesn't look out of proportion. But I think it's probably pretty big. Click on that. There's a comparison.
Yeah, there's a comparison. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's bigger. But
it's not drastically bigger, though.
No, not drastically. And it still looks it does look similar.
That yellow is like a hot mustard. I like it.
I know you do. You said that.
It looks
Look, what's
good.
that green one?
That's Photoshop. I can't be trusted. Just like I saw a picture of a purple one, and I was like, what? And then it's like colors we hope we get.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, one of them see-through purple ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did.
So for full transparency, the best we know, there will be a way to transfer from one Switch to another, though Nintendo has not come out and really said anything other than that. They're working on it.
Right.
It does not have a dock. It does not dock. It just charges. You can sync other controllers to it. Mm-hmm. So you can sync real Joy-Con to it. You can also sync a Pro controller. But because it has to be played in handheld mode, because there is no TV out, it has no kickstand. So keep that in mind if your plan is to get this and play it with a Pro controller, that you're going to have to get creative,
right,
or buy a thingy that holds it. It's meant to be a handheld.
I'm not certain that this setup warrants a Pro Controller. I mean, I can get why someone might want one, but I'm not sure that it warrants it. I can tell you one of my biggest concerns that I don't know that they have addressed or not. Maybe you can correct me. But am I going to be able to play games with somebody on a Switch if I have a Switch Lite?
Yes. With the exception of Mario Party and 1-2 Switch. Which
require the rumble and infrared.
As well as the Labo, like they are, right. Unless you sync other controllers. They're not compatible, but everything else should be compatible as far as what I read. First-party Nintendo, at least. So, yeah, everything else will work. It doesn't recognize the difference, to my understanding.
Because it runs off the same processors and such.
Yeah, it's all just
that makes sense, but I hadn't heard one way or the other, so... but I'm glad that clears some things up. So speaking of foreshadowing, this is what I'm thinking about trading my Xbox in for.
I don't think it's a bad decision to trade in. I've seen Sony getting some grief for the Wall Street Journal article they did where they outlined some more PS5 stuff, and they basically said they're not worried about Stadia right now.
Mm-hmm.
They see Xbox as their competitor, and Nintendo is competing for a different demographic. And a lot of people are giving them shit saying they don't take Nintendo seriously, but I think what Sony understands, and the same thing that you and I understand, the Switch is a complementary system.
Right. It's not meant to be the main console that your hardcore main console.
If you're someone who enjoys playing video games, and I prefer that term over gamer.
Yes.
For some reason, gamer really rubs me the wrong way.
Maybe because of that movie with Gerard Butler?
I hate when people are like, are you a gamer? I'm like, well, I'm not 8, if that's what you're asking. Like, I wipe my own ass and I pay my bills.
I wish I was 8.
Sometimes, yes, I play some video games.
I'm not going to lie. I wish I was.
Anyways, if you're a person who plays a lot of games, I think the idea of having a Switch is awesome. There's some awesome experiences over there, and it's very unique. But I think the idea of exclusively having a Switch as someone who enjoys playing video games, I think that idea is maybe not as appealing.
Right. I mean, go back to when you were younger, when you had the time, and you would sit down and you would play games for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Is that something you would do on your Switch, or is that something you would do on the PS4 or the Xbox?
I think it's something you'd like to do on both of them. Now, Gerald's got the definition for gamer pulled up.
A hobbyist or individual that enjoys playing various types of digital or online games.
Okay, now scroll up to the Urban Dictionary version, because this is what happens when I hear the term gamer. No, go to the Urban Dictionary below that.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't
It's got
say.
A little snippet there.
Oh, yeah.
The most oppressed group in the world. That might be a bit strong.
Also, the group with the biggest peepees but never get coochie.
Scroll down. That is not what I was looking for either. An all-inclusive term to describe misunderstood group of people who regularly engage in video computer games. Is that what it says?
Or tabletop games.
Yeah, so I think gamer is like a stereotype almost. It's like Code Red and Doritos.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. It's grandmother's basement.
I don't eat Doritos, and I don't drink Code Red.
Speaking of, we gotta deviate.
Okay.
Are you buying a Switch Lite?
Am I buying one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, we'll get back to that then.
Okay.
I need a quick food review. It's important.
Okay.
I went to KFC the other day.
All right.
And you're going to want a visual of this. They have a new Mountain Dew flavor. Have you seen the Mountain Dew flavor they have?
I won't like it, but no.
It's called Sweet Lightning.
Yeah, I won't like that.
Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. But the gentleman who took my order suggested I pair that. You see that Sweet Lightning there?
I do.
The gentleman suggested I pair that with a Cheetos chicken sandwich.
And did you?
Yeah, well, yeah. There's no way. The guy said, would you like to try our new Mountain Dew flavor? Fucking Sunset, what's it called? Sweet Lightning. And would you like to pair that with a Cheeto chicken sandwich? And I was like, I don't know how I don't.
It's like you're getting whoa. What the
So
fuck
you're looking
is
at it
that?
right now. That's a Cheeto chicken sandwich.
Are you kidding me?
I want to say a couple things about this new food item. So for ones that can't see, there is a nuclear, like, unacceptable colored orange chicken on a bun, and at the bottom of that bun is mayo and a layer of actual Cheetos.
It's like breaded in fucking Cheetos.
So here's what really happens, though. It's the chicken tenders that you know and love.
Okay.
It's Cheeto dust that appears to be mixed with some sort of oil and water, maybe.
Okay.
It's a little sticky, but it doesn't have much of a flavor. And then they drizzle that on top of the chicken. And what I would describe as a non-even traditional coating. It's not tossed in it. It's a drizzle over the top. It was not good.
But yeah, I can imagine.
So
how was the Sweet Lightning?
The highlight of the meal. See how that sandwich looks? That's how mine looked.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that's how mine looked. I love that. Looks like a big piece of chicken. I had 2 chicken tenders on mine.
Huh.
Anyways, here's what it tasted like. If you close your eyes and you imagine eating a piece of a Cheeto that had been soaked in water for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So the flavor was dead on Cheeto. The consistency was
soggy,
bloated, soggy Cheeto. Because you don't taste any chicken.
Gross.
The chicken can't cut through, so it's like a wrong Cheeto is what you taste in every bite.
Yeah, not for me.
And those perfectly placed Cheetos at the bottom, they fell off like the first bite I took. It shit out those Cheetos. So if I was giving this a score of 1 to 10, I would give it a 2. It's not a good menu item, KFC. And you shouldn't taint the Sunset Lightning, Sweet Lightning Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
With such a shitty chicken sandwich.
Well, they wanted you to try both of them, and you did, you sucker.
The Mountain Dew wasn't great either, but it wasn't bad. It was like live wire. With a twang. It's got a little kicker at the end. When you feel like, oh, this is live wire. This is familiar. It's got a little kicker.
Like live wire lemonade, kind of?
No, like the live wire. Well, no.
Like a little bit of sour?
Yeah, it's got a little thing at the end.
Because when you say twang or bang, that's what I think is a little sour.
It's got a little thing at the end. It's got a little something.
Okay.
I would give it like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. But what do you give normal Mountain Dew?
I like a 5. I think Mountain Dew's a good middle of the road drink. I think this is better than normal Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
Now normal live wire is like an 8. I think that's a really solid drink. And Code Red I would give like a 3. I think it's serviceable, but I don't love it.
What do you do with the Baja Blast?
Fuck it. I hate it.
0. I tried it once and I don't like it either.
It disgraces the good name of Mountain Dew.
I agree. 100%.
Okay, so back to you getting a light switch. You are going to trade the Xbox in.
Yes.
You're going to get a Switch Lite, and what is the very first game you purchase?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
We've already decided.
We've already decided, okay. The very first game I'm getting is Ultimate Alliance 3.
So, Turquoise Switch and Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yep, with the expansion pass.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good way to start off the Switch experience.
It's a game I really want to play.
Producer Gerald says get it now, and it's not even an option.
It's not even out yet. He wants me to get it
now.
I'm not getting Minecraft. Fuck your Minecraft, Producer Gerald.
Right, Minecraft's good, though.
I don't like Minecraft.
You should try it. So,
okay, the N7 pack couldn't get me to enjoy.
what's the second game that you play?
Probably Breath of the Wild.
So, Ultimate Alliance, then Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a third game?
Probably Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart's good. Mario Odyssey is also very good.
That's I'm back and forth on on what my third game would be on those two.
Mario Odyssey is really good.
But I don't think the good thing is I don't think I'll need I won't need any of the extras because there's been times when I've almost bought a Switch. But
yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, but then I need to spend another $150 to get it set up to where, okay, I can finally actually use it the way I want to use it. I don't think that's the case with a Switch Lite. I buy the Switch Lite, I buy a game, I'm ready to go.
I like how you're pointing out you don't need any extras, and he's suggesting you buy a Starlink, a Toys to Life game.
I'm not into that stuff, though.
You can get it real cheap, though.
Yeah, but I'm not into it, so it's a waste of money for me.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
I think I haven't played it yet.
I'm not into it. Toys to Life has never been my thing. I take it back. I liked the Disney one.
Yeah,
with the Star Wars
Infinity
figures. And Disney Infinity. But that was it. That's the only one I ever had any desire to play.
This is designed to be a handheld. I can't be more clear.
Right.
To anyone slinging shit towards this thing, people calling it the 2DS,
right,
to the 3DS. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it is a Switch that doesn't switch, but it's designed to be a handheld.
I think that's
going to sell like hotcakes in Japan.
Yeah, it is. I think that's the point of it. The point is they're to a point where they need to release or get rid of the DS line. And I think this is their way to do that. I understand what you're saying about the name, but that's kind of a catch-22 right there. They kind of have to call it that, even though it doesn't do that.
because if they call it the Nintendo Tumbleweed, you'll be like, what does that play?
Right, exactly. So I get that point, but I see their point too, and I'm not too caught up on that because essentially it plays the same games, which I think is the most important aspect of it. Mm-hmm. That's not something you could do. Essentially, that's like saying if I could have played with you while you were on the PS4 and I was on the Vita, that would have been pretty fucking cool.
Right.
And essentially, now through Nintendo, we can do that.
Sort of, but you still have to have Wi-Fi.
I mean, you still have to have Wi-Fi, but where the fuck are you going where you don't have Wi-Fi anymore? But I'm talking me and you. I know there are people out there who don't have it.
Talking to you, Nebraska.
I get that. I understand.
Idaho.
I'm talking about Ryan and myself.
Wyoming. Try some high-speed internet out.
There's places in Wyoming that have Wi-Fi.
More that don't.
Probably.
Yeah.
Due to population.
I mean, so if you were to put a percentage on it right now, that you'll be a Switch Lite owner.
Yeah. A percentage?
Yep.
I'm going to have to go 91.
And would you put that same percentage on the odds that you won't be an Xbox owner?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a chance that you hang on to the Xbox.
Yeah, but it's a small one.
What is this?
Metropolis Lux Obscura.
What is that?
A game.
It's a lady who is not clothed.
She is clothed. She's just...
Well.
Okay.
And she has a pistol to her throat.
No, she's not. That's not... Well,
That's
kind
a pistol
of.
to her throat.
But it's not like... She's not holding, like, to shoot a bullet through her throat. She's got it, like, across the bottom of her
throat.
chin. Like she's getting to shoot somebody off to the left. Or right, because she's left-handed.
Why are you pulling that up? Are you into that? You into that, Gerald?
I think he thinks that'd be a game I would enjoy.
He's buying the yellow Switch Lite and Minecraft.
Oh, he is?
No, you are.
I'm not. Are you fucking kidding me?
If Gerald's making your decisions, you are.
Well, yeah. Here we are.
So a commonly asked question since the announcement of the Nintendo Switch Lite is, will they make Joy-Con that have a proper D-pad to replace the buttons just like the Switch Lite? And so far, Doug Bowser has said no, they are not currently working on that because the design of the Switch as you know it is that those could be used as regular controllers.
Right. Which makes sense. Which does make sense.
It does. But for all the whiny babies out there,
yeah, is what it is.
All right, that's our main story of the week. But we've got a couple other things that we should probably also talk about.
I've got to admit, I'm excited for that Switch Lite.
This next story's for you too. I opened up with 2 hard hitters for you.
Woo! I like it.
The Division 2 is finally adding raid matchmaking.
Yes, they are. There are some important notes to it, though.
Did it take too long?
I don't think so. I think they had to get that. I think they had to get the raid balance right first before they went on to making matchmaking. For one thing, it's important to keep in mind it's going to be called discovery difficulty is the only way you're going to be able to matchmake. It's essentially a less hard raid that allows you to matchmake, which also means you don't get some of the same great loot that you get from if you run the regular raid. And of course, the internet's all up in flames about the noobs and the people who just can't do it. And blah,
this is a dumbed down version
blah.
of the raid?
Essentially, yeah. Essentially. I don't know if I would call it dumbed down. It's just not. It's still going to be hard, but it's going to be more like one of the heroic missions as opposed to a raid. But there's a lot of things you need to know to do the raid. There's a lot that goes into that as far as the logistics of it and the actions you have to take. And the discovery mode is really a good way to learn what you need to do for when you, and then take that experience and move up to the actual
I also think
raid.
it's a good place to maybe meet people who want to do it.
Right.
But maybe don't have other people to raid with.
Like me?
Yeah, so you'll get in there and you'll meet someone like you. And then maybe he says, hey, I met someone else that's yesterday. And then like next thing you know, you got a posse.
Next thing you know, you got your 8 people.
Yeah, so I think that's also something that will come out of this.
Yeah, I do think it's a good idea. And that's the thing that and it's part of where the gamer term comes from. Is so many people, gamers, I don't understand why you get upset when there's options in the games that you love. It doesn't affect you. Who cares? If you've been through the regular raid 67 times, so what if these guys want to matchmake and go through the easy one? So what? What's your bitch? What's your bitch?
I like a easy mode myself.
What's taken away from those people? Nothing. The loot's not as good. You can't get the Eagle Bearer. You can't get the exotic weapon. You can't get the armor that you can pull out of it. What's your bitch? There's literally a better reward for the higher level. That's how it should be.
So people are upset that they're making it more accessible.
Yes.
Odd. Gerald said Metropolis is same kind of idea as Sin City.
Like a motion
comic
comic
book? The main character is like Marv.
Really?
I've never seen Sin City, so none of that means anything to me, but I figured it'd hit home for you.
Is that why he was showing it? Because he thinks that I should get that?
I assume he doesn't think that I'll enjoy that.
I'm sure you wouldn't enjoy that.
So on to another big story. We all know our love for Until Dawn.
This is awesome.
I think we've given that game a lot of play over the years.
And we would give it all the credit it deserves. And if you didn't like it, it's your problem. It's a you problem.
We've talked about it a lot.
Yes. We both enjoyed the game. We both enjoyed what it did. We both enjoyed the experience.
And we talked about Supermassive's next game, which is Man of Medan or whatever.
Medan.
Yeah, however you like it.
Medan. Whatever.
It's part of their Dark Pictures anthology that they're working on. It's the first game to come out. But they showed off a new trailer this week.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer showed off 2 different multiplayer modes.
Yes, it did.
So kind of like a movie night deal.
Yeah.
Where everybody's kind of in a room making decision, which is neat. But then it showed off this online co-op. It got my balls tingling a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty. I feel like you and I are going to have some fun.
You're playing through a game with someone that you're not supposed to be communicating with.
Right.
Making choices that affect both of you in real time.
Yep.
You could kill that person.
That's
with
real
your decisions.
That's like real life right there.
You could kill that person with your decisions or indecision.
Yep. It's great.
In the trailer, he kind of screws her over, and then he dies, and then she has to play through the rest of the game by herself.
Yep.
It was incredible.
The first thing I thought of was you.
Yeah, so we all know that I don't like scary games, so the idea of you dying seems terrible.
What about you killing me?
Unlikely. Don't want to be alone.
Yeah, but you might make the wrong choice.
But the idea of you deciding to live versus us both dying, high probability.
Right.
And so I have to think about that when I make decisions. Because push come to shove, I think you leave me to die. Because you're not afraid to finish it alone.
You're right. I'm not afraid to finish it alone.
Yeah, so I was already excited about this, but I don't know. It's so smart.
The real smart thing about it is that because they've designed the whole game to be played this way. So essentially you and whoever you're playing with could end up finishing the game together. For that reason, you can only play with friends on your friend list that you actually have some sort of communication with. There will be no matchmaking, because the reason they don't want to do that is because what if it's some strange who decides, just gives up in the middle of the game? Now you can't finish that game.
Somehow, though, the trailer, they don't have headsets on.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow that seems better to me. Like, I want to play with you, but I don't want us to be talking about our decisions.
Yeah.
I want us to both think that we're doing what's best for the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And just see how it works out. It looks freaky. It looks fun. It looks like, what was that PlayLink game where you all had to make decisions on the phone?
Yeah. I can't remember it.
That's what the movie night thing looks like. But this looks like a totally different experience when you're playing together.
And it looks like an experience that's never been done before.
I'm super jazzed up about it.
Me too. I'm excited.
I was already excited.
You and I are going to have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, I was already excited. Now I'm extra excited. For anyone freaking out right now, there's a single player mode.
Yes.
You can just play by yourself. Don't be a bitch. It's like Dan was saying about that. Like, you can still do it the other way. It's okay. Calm down.
It's just accessibility. Just
choices are cool. It's fine.
Chill out.
So those are 3 hard-hitting stories right off the rip.
Boom.
The next one, though, tugs at my heartstrings.
Yeah, it tickles you a little bit, doesn't it?
TurboGrafx-16 Mini, the T16 Mini game library announced. So Konami has announced more details regarding the TurboGrafx-16 Mini, including a release date and full game library. Did we ever say the release date of the Switch?
We did not, but it's September 20th.
Yeah, sorry about that. So the T16 Mini is going to release on March 19th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
It's available for purchase through Amazon, and pre-orders will open on Prime. Will open as a Prime subscriber exclusive on Amazon Prime Day, which starts July 15th. So not far away. It's $100 US dollars, which is all we ever talk about here. The full lineup includes 24 TurboGrafx games and 26 PC Engine games. So you're getting 50 games on this. Take note, Sony.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
The T16 games. I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but Alien Crush that reminds me of my childhood and my dad a lot. It's a pinball game.
Bonk's Revenge was a fun one.
Bonk's Revenge, Bomberman 93.
Lords of Thunder, I think that was a helicopter game, wasn't it?
I don't know if I ever played it. Space Harrier, R-Type, Power Golf, all favorites there. And PC Engine, you're going to get some stuff that maybe you're not as familiar with. This would be the stuff that kind of came out in Japan.
Yep.
Bomberman 94, Bomberman Panic Bomber, Fantasy Zone.
You're getting Snatcher, though.
Yeah, of Hideo Kojima fame.
Mm-hmm.
His first game. You know what I don't see here is New Adventure Island. Incredible.
No, it's on here.
No, not that. What I don't see here is the Keith Courage game.
Oh, yes. Yep. Nope.
Which I'm a big fan of.
Yes, you are. You've spoken of it.
Gerald wants to know if I would play Man of Medan in VR. The answer is I would try.
But you don't like scary.
No. In real life, in movies, in video games, I don't need to be scared. I don't need that.
Fair. Hey, that's fair. That's fair enough.
What I do need is this TurboGrafx. It looks so good.
I don't know that I'll get this one. I didn't get the PlayStation. The TurboGrafx doesn't have quite the place in my heart that some of the others do.
The TurboGrafx should only be purchased by people who had one growing up.
I agree.
If you just go get one, you're not going to like it.
I agree.
I'm checking one thing real quick.
I just want to say that I would play Man of Medan in VR. I don't, because I'm not a big wuss like Ryan.
Bro, I get scared.
I know you do. I get it.
Anxiety gets high.
I understand. I don't get anxious, so.
I'm trying to see what Keith Courage's proper name was.
Thumbs down, Gerald, I believe, on the TurboGrafx, I'm guessing. Not something you're getting?
Also probably not playing in VR.
No, he didn't say no. He said nope.
To which one? I was trying to see if you were getting Keith Courage on maybe the PC Engine, but it doesn't look like it. Sad. Anyways, $100 coming out March next year. I'll probably still get it.
Yes, you probably will. I probably will not.
Mm-hmm. Those are kind of the big stories. Psychonauts 2 is delayed. Here's a real shocker. People on Fig who donated money to get that game going, or not donated, but who kickstarted that with financial, the hopes of a financial return, I guess you should say.
Right.
They're pissed.
Yeah.
They took money from people to make this game, and then they sold the company to Microsoft. And one would have to assume the delay is tied to the fact that they have a whole train full of money rolling through the station right now. So they can make that game better. Ultimately, it's a better thing. But Fig is an interesting concept anyways. Psychonauts 2 is delayed. They also announced that Psychonauts 2 will be released on PlayStation 4.
Yes, it's going to be released on both.
So if you were worried about that because they purchased them, no fear. The last story, Netflix is turning... What?
Yeah, and for our last story, we've got a real what the fuck one coming for you.
Netflix is turning Cuphead into a cartoon. But it's already a cartoon. But into one that's on Netflix.
Into an actual animated TV show.
So, I love Cuphead. I didn't play a lot of it. I love the figures. I love the art style. I think it's fantastic. The cartoons already look like this.
Right, so...
Video games really didn't. So I think it loses some of its charm maybe by the fact that there are cartoons who do this. I don't know if it's special. I don't know why you don't just do your own thing. I don't know that Cuphead has is recognizable like Fortnite or the Witcher or something like that. I don't know that Cuphead has that power. If you were going to spend the money, I don't know why Cuphead, but I'll check it out because I love Cuphead. I'm interested to see if they speak. So
since they don't in the game,
looking forward to Cuphead and Mugman and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, yeah, it looks like a cartoon. The only thing they're going to do different is add voices.
I mean, I don't even know if it's going to be like that or if they're going to try to do silent humor. Or...
Yeah,
I mean, Mugman and Cuphead are incredible. Like, they're great characters. The art, the boss fights, it's all amazing because you haven't seen that as a video game.
Right.
So I'm very interested to see. Netflix is an interesting place.
But it's very much the style of the old Max Fleischer cartoons, which everyone has some familiarity with. Back in the early, 20s, 30s, 40s.
It sounds like the money shot over there at your neighbors right now.
That's something going on. Yeah, they must be the finale.
Yeah. So, Netflix is there's no secret they're in trouble right now as far as their financials go. They have to stop spending as much money on original content. Because they're losing subscribers because everything is fragmenting and Disney and Netflix and Hulu.
Right.
It's all a mess right now, and now they're taking The Office off of Netflix or off of Hulu or wherever it's at. They're putting it on HBO, and it's like a whole thing going on.
Yeah, they're doing it with Friends too.
And Disney's ripping all their stuff off of Hulu, and they sold, I guess, their majority shares to NBC Universal. It's a whole thing. Yep. It's a mess. Streaming is going to get complicated, but Netflix has got to make smart decisions, and I don't know if Cuphead is a smart decision.
Yeah, not at this juncture. I don't either.
To me, it feels... I don't understand this drive to do video game content. Maybe let's see if The Witcher does well first.
Right.
But yeah, that's it for the news stories.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all of them. It's a pretty girthy news section.
Yeah, Switch Lite was the highlight of my week.
Do you wish they had called it the light switch?
No.
Okay, I do.
I am so glad they didn't.
Do you wish it was coming out in purple?
Yes.
Me too. Me too.
Or green. I would love it in green too.
Like a bright green or like a forest green?
Like a Green Arrow green.
Okay. Like it's like a brighter green, but maybe not like a lime.
Right.
Maybe like a strong hunter green.
Strong hunter green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So we're recording a day earlier. We've thrown the timeline off a little bit. We didn't get proper shout-outs from our patrons over at patreon.com/Gamestitch. Anybody that supports us at the $10 tier or higher gets a shout-out. But they didn't know we were recording earlier because we didn't really know until kind of today.
Yep, that's when we got the news. I got the news.
So we kind of had to switch it up a little bit. Thomas's is kind of easy. He asked me about the Switch Lite.
So,
I think we just covered that. He kind of wanted to know what I thought about the Switch Lite. I texted him some of the same thoughts I covered on here.
What were his thoughts? Did he give any thoughts?
He didn't give me his thoughts. I think he was at work.
Okay.
So look, if you're a Switch owner, you don't need to go buy this.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think so either. Yeah. But if you've kind of been wanting a Switch, but whether it was money or whatever that was keeping you out of it, I think this is a good way to get in. And the good thing about even when you do end up getting this, let's say, I don't know, you come into a ton of money or something, you can still upgrade to the Switch. You can still get a Switch and have that different experience. But if you already have the Switch, the step down is unnecessary. So it really is very smart in that aspect.
Yeah, they're trying to touch the audience that they haven't touched yet.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. All the people who have Switches, they're like, "Oh, it's not what I wanted." I don't think it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's okay for it to be for other people. So remember that before you shit on it.
Yeah, all the people are saying it's not that I wanted, because that's because you already got what you wanted.
Yeah, I don't think it was for you. There is a thing where people make a product that's not for you. It actually happens.
It happens. It does, believe it or not.
But
they try to cover a different demographic. Think everything should be for them.
Yeah, they think everything's for them. I'm a gamer. It's got to be for me because I'm the one that plays games. You like that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You even got the voice down.
Yeah. It didn't feel disrespectful at all when I did it, so that's how I know I nailed it. So Thomas is, he asked me about the Switch. I think we covered that in depth. I did not hear from Zach. So we need a shout out for Zach. Does Zach have a Switch? Do we know?
I'm pretty sure he told us, but I have to go back and search through old emails.
I have the memory of a goldfish. I wouldn't know. He could have told me yesterday and I wouldn't know. So I'm going to assume that he would want to pass on
A Switch Lite.
The same eagerness that Gerald and I have for you to go purchase a light Switch.
Yes, you both.
Yeah. I think that would make the third person that wanted you to go buy one.
Now, if you would you prefer that I got the Switch Lite or the Switch? For me.
I mostly play my Switch in handheld anyways.
Okay.
If they came out today, same time, at the same exact price that they are right now, I would still buy the standard Switch.
Okay.
Because I like the idea of being able to play it on a TV if I want to. The Pro Controller is the one of the best controllers that exists right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably play undocked 90% of the time.
And that's what I feel it would do for me. It would fill that space.
But good Lord, anything that helps the battery life, which is beyond terrible. So, anyone who doesn't have a Switch, who has a cell phone, just play a pretty good-looking cell phone game for like 2 hours and look at your battery on your cell phone.
Yeah.
If you want to know what it's like to have a Switch.
It's little.
But yeah, if they came out today, I would still buy the one I have. But I think it's a neat option for people. I think it is meant to be used as a handheld, though.
Well, it's definitely meant to be used as a handheld.
And I'm not one of these people that's like, you don't even get as good a frame. I don't give a damn about that. I don't care about the 1080.
Yep, me either.
720. The screen's smaller. 720 will look fantastic on there.
Yep.
My only thought is that when I was playing Zelda, the 100 hours that I played it, there were times where I didn't want to put it on the TV. So,
yeah.
I like having the option, but yeah, I think it's a viable solution.
Well, the thing is, and my thinking on that is, I've had another option that has about as much on it that I would actually want for the Switch. And how often have I gone to that?
Yeah.
So I think the handheld will actually put me in a position to play it more.
But you still have the same portability out of the other.
I understand that, but I probably wouldn't think of that.
Yeah.
I would dock it and leave it there.
Let us know what you think. You can get at us social media at Podcast Ryan, at Shirtless Dan, at what is a bug in here? That's uncomfortable. At Hoffen Show or at Game_Stitch if you want all of us. Let us know if you're getting a Switch Lite. Give us some background too. Do you already own a Switch? Do you not own a Switch? Is this your first Switch? Let us know what you're doing out there. You can also email us podcast@gamestitch.com, or you can send a pigeon.
A pigeon, yeah.
Smoke signals.
Or a raven. Crow.
Do people send ravens with messages?
Maybe. I feel like I saw that somewhere.
A hawk.
Owls.
Ooh, merchants of death, those owls.
You could do an owl. That's what they did in Harry Potter.
That's not real.
Are you kidding? No shit. You love Harry Potter. Shut the fuck up.
I do love Harry Potter. Shout out to Harry Potter. So let us know what you think about this whole Switch situation.
Cool.
Let us know if you're a switcher,
let us know about the switchuation.
If you're into switching, let us know.
What's the switchuation?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Mike, the switchuation.
Right. Switches get switches. You know
Sorrento, or whatever the fuck his name is.
You talking about Mike the Situation?
Yeah.
Sargento? Like the cheese?
I think it's Sorrento.
Okay.
Which is a cheese too, I think, isn't it?
Not Sargento.
What's Sorrento? Sorrento is something.
I don't think so. You just keep saying it, but I don't think it's a thing.
Type it, Producer Gerald. Sorrento.
Hold on, he's not even. He's not typing it. You can see what he's doing.
But he's got a good memory. Sorrento.
He does. I already forgot what you said.
I know.
It's a place.
It's an Italian place.
Isn't it a Kia also? Put Kia Sorrento.
It is, yes, but I think it might not. Yes, I think it is a Kia Sorrento.
Put a Kia in front of that thing.
Yeah.
If it's not a Kia, it sounds like one.
I don't know if it's spelled that way.
Google will tell you. They'd be like, hey, dummy.
See, it's only got one R.
But it's still Sorrento.
It's still pronounced Sorrento, but it's
That's why you've heard it, because of the damn Kia.
That is why.
The Kia Sorrento. Would you be an asshole if you drove one of those in Italy? In Sorrento, Italy?
No.
And you ate that Sorrento cheese?
Fuck you.
They make the mozzarella.
Sorrento is cheese. I told you it was.
Yeah, but it's not like... It looks like fancy cheese. It's not like Sargento.
Dude, there's fucking sticks there for $1.
That doesn't even look like cheese. Look, there's Sargento.
There's Sargento cheese.
That's a gentleman's cheese, the Sargento.
And then there's Sorrento cheese.
That sounds generic.
Which is mostly the mozzarella.
Yeah, they make the mozzarella.
Oh, they make ricotta too.
Yeah, they do. Look at that. I love that. Put a little bit in the lasagna.
Yes. And they make string cheese.
Everybody makes string cheese.
That's true. That's
what is that true. Oh, the Odyssey.
That's the Odyssey Switch.
It comes with a bonus pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about... So you know our friend Marshall205 has the narcolepsy when we play.
Mm-hmm.
So he was fighting through the sleep the other night when we were playing... what were we playing? We were playing Farm Together.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I had a cough.
That's fine.
We were playing Farm Together. And he was in and out of consciousness, when we're playing.
Which happens to him quite often, yeah.
And so I said, I just unlocked a new fish. And he said, which one? And you have to keep in mind, he's pretty much out of it.
Right.
And I said, the perch. He doesn't even know this. He hasn't heard this story. He doesn't even know this happened. You're welcome for telling that on here. And you know what he said when I said the perch?
What?
You'll have to get a bird then to sit on it.
Oh, shit.
He was so tired that he couldn't... I just said I got a new fish unlocked, and he was so tired that he could only think of like a perch that a bird would sit on.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. He was so serious, too, and I said, what? And then he just went...
Yeah, when you hear him doing that, yep. Yeah. I don't get how he does it, but...
Yeah. VR is the only thing he doesn't fall asleep during.
Right, which that would be a serious problem. That would be an actual medical issue, I think.
Or it'd be a CTE issue. You get concussed. That's going to do it for the show. Thanks, the weather, for holding off. Thanks, Rebecca.
It did.
Thanks, Thunderstorm Rebecca, for holding off.
Rebecca.
Thank you, Nintendo, for the light switch, your offerings. Dragon Quest 2. Thank you, Producer Gerald, for producing and being Gerald.
Yeah.
I've been so busy we didn't get to do lunch this week. It's pretty upsetting.
That's like the second week in a row.
Just too busy, man. Too damn busy. Work sucks. And shout out to... we need one more shout out. Shout out. What do you want to shout out?
Who are we shouting out to?
I mean, just anything. The Kia Sorrento.
We're going to shout out to the Kia Sorrento?
For being a reliable, affordable automobile. Is it an SUV?
I believe so, yes. Kia Sorrento.
Car. Yeah, it's an SUV. Golly, it's like a 7-passenger.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Passing everything but the gas station and that baby. And that butte.
It's bigger than the Soul.
Yeah, everything's bigger than the Kia Soul.
That's not true.
Look how little it is.
What, the Soul?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get yourself one of those Chevy Aveos?
Well, mostly because I don't want to die.
Right. Or get you a smart car. Those are both smaller.
Why don't you get you a Scion
XB? The big
no.
The big
Scion
box?
IQ.
Oh, that's a tiny one. Yeah, no.
It's a baby.
No.
No, put IQ in there. Take that XA out. That's a luxury car compared to the IQ.
IQ.
It's smaller than a smart car, I feel like.
It's
Look
tiny.
at that thing.
Yeah, it's super tiny.
I'd like to have one.
Why?
Mileage. Look at that green one.
The one that's got the fucking Lambo doors on it?
No. Just the green one. Go up, not the Lambo door. Oh my goodness. It's right above that one. It's
that
just
one looks
lime green.
That looks like one of those cars you pull back to make go.
Yeah, it does look like that. It also looks like a Hot Wheels that you took one of those perspective pictures with.
Yes.
Where you got it close to the camera, but there's a real road behind it.
Right. Yep.
It looks like that, too. This has been episode 339. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. If any big news happens to break somehow on Sunday morning, we're going to miss it.
We would always miss it on Sunday morning because to record early enough. It's literally got a break between 11 and 5.
10 p.m. Central Time and 8 a.m. Central Time. That's the only stories we're going to miss.
Right.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. Remember, if you want to support us, patreon.com/Gamestitch. We do have some changes that'll be coming. We're going to talk about those soon. But just know that we're going to maybe freshen everything up for you.
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of myself, Dan, producer Gerald, goodbye.
Good night.
You thought I was hyping up for something. I didn't have anything.
I did, but you didn't. You hyped up for the goodbye.
Always hyped for the goodbye. We were like the No Man's Sky of goodbyes right there. Which means we'll be good in 4 years.